veterans.
You're listening to Get Tilted, only on Fantasy Now Plus.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in. It's Tim, it's Bryan, and we are drafting some more best ball today. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Wednesday. Tim, that includes you. How are you doing this fine evening?
Doing well, doing adult stuff, went to therapy, had a productive day of work, so it's been a good day, and we're here to talk about a brand new contest that Drafters just launched, and we're very excited about it.
Absolutely. And, as you can see, we actually got our red borders today.
Yep.
Correctly syncing up with our drafters color scheme, because we have very exciting news to share that we now have a code with drafters. So, and we're gonna hold on, can I do this quickly? Yeah. So down below, make sure when you sign up for drafters, for anyone new, use promo code FN Plus, and you get up to $100 deposit match, 100% match, and it couldn't be a better deal. They want you to get in there and just draft in, right? So make sure you use FN Plus when you make your first initial deposit. You'll get that match, and you can join us on these streets because there's some new contests, like we said at the top. I'm excited to dive into it. We're actually sitting in queue at the moment for this survival contest.
Yep.
This is something that's very similar to the Eliminator, but because it's drafters, it's different, right? Because drafters is a full season long points format. So much like any other Eliminator style contest, you are playing week to week. Simply put, you have to make sure that you are scoring enough points. And I want to make sure that we have the percentages per week. And here we can see the advanced schedule. So week 1, the top 21,000 make it, top 75% people. And then it goes from there each and every week up until the fantasy playoffs, where it slowly gets smaller, and then it's only top 50%, and then it leads up to a 125-person final.
Yep.
Very cool. I think this is super interesting, and it also has a lot of different implications for your draft.
Yeah.
Because in the other formats, you are battling against a pod first, and the other format being just underdogs eliminator. You're going against the folks in your draft room. This is against everybody.
Yeah. Yep. And, even if you pare it down to the idea of a pod, like in normal contests, it's 13 weeks of 14 weeks. Math is hard. 14 weeks of normal, competing against 12 other people. Most contests you advance 2 out of 12. So, that's, I'm going to say 12% advance, 1 out of 6. So you have to draft an incredible team every time. And for this, you're going against the entire field. You just have to have a top 75% score every single week. And that sounds really easy in theory, but it's not. And, your immediate instinct is, I need to draft for floor. I need to make sure that the bottom doesn't fall out. But this is still a game of scoring as many points as possible in as many weeks as possible, because we can't really predict week over week how much offense there's going to be across the league. You think about, I want to say it was either week 2 or week 3 last year, where just every single score in every single game was just 17-21 and 10-13. Is just no one went off. Or a few years ago where in week 1, not a single tight end scored over 15 points or something like that. The tight end 1 was a blocker, I think, that scored 2 touchdowns. I'm I think just whoever is there between JSN and CMC.
Which really fun. Oh, we have both. Okay, they
Wow,
took Bowers at the
Bowers.
105.
Okay.
To me, oh god, is it just CMC? Is this a full PBR format? So maybe it's just J.
I would go JSN.
I think so too.
Yeah.
To your, I'm gonna pause real quick. I want to go back to what you were just talking about. I don't know how to fix this. So we're very limited on how many people we can see as we scroll down. So I'm gonna try to go as fast as possible. Let's see what this does.
Much better.
That's why we do things in advance. Wow,
you
that's so much better.
You just have to tell me.
Click around.
Yeah, we just have to see when we're on the clock. That's all. But yeah, like top 75%, in a normal pod, that's 8 out of 12. If you're going to expound upon that to 30,000 plus people, like that's, like you saw, it was 21,000 and then it's down to like 13,000 or something like that. Like it's getting smaller every week. You don't want zeros. Like a lot of this is just going to be injury luck and missing the players that get injured, especially players that miss the whole season or miss most of the season. Like you can't just draft for floor. You can't just draft for ceiling. You need to find a balance like in most types of drafts. But to be honest, week 17 is still all that matters. And you might be thinking, that's weird. I don't know if you can get to the contest rules from this screen, or if maybe open another tab.
Yeah, I'll probably get another tab going.
But
you're a few picks away.
If you look at the payout structure, it's still all in week 17 for the most part. There is very little money to be won to just advancing every week. It's not like the eliminator on Underdog. I think if Achan gets here, he's the pick. He does. I would just go Achan personally.
Yeah. I didn't tell you this yet, but but I want to touch again on what you were just talking about. Like, yes, you can play for caching, for min caching.
Mm-hmm.
As it's harder to do an eliminator because I feel like you still have no control over what happens throughout the year. Yeah. But theoretically, like if you don't care about the bye weeks as much, or like, diving deeper into sort of correlations towards the end of the season, like theoretically you can try and make it to the top, whatever, make it like week 12 or something, and then I think you cash out there. But like, I don't know, the few drafts I've done in the eliminator type style and like survival style, it just feels like like the main thing really is just making sure you're not getting zeros. And it feels so stupid because obviously that's all basketball, right? But this one means so much more because you don't get another shot.
Yeah.
So, it like right now, one of the biggest things whenever I'm drafting, like I am like laser focused on some of these bye weeks, and like week 11, horrible. I think week 7 is another one that's like just truly tragic. Yeah. And then week 13, like you can kind of see glancing here, like 13 to me was one that really stuck out as like, we need these players. We need to get a huge head start because you don't have Bowers, you don't have Derrick Henry, you don't have Lamar Jackson, you don't have Zay Flowers. Like that's bad. Like you don't have Genty. That's bad. Like
don't have
that is a brutal.
Taylor. You don't have Taylor. You don't have Pierce. You don't have Warren. Like 2 of the top 5 wide receivers are gone. 2 of the top 10 running backs are gone. Multiple top wide receivers are gone. A top 3 quarterbacks gone. Like but at the same time, like by the time you're all the way to week 13, like half of these players that you're counting on are probably injured anyways. And so then they're also still gone.
That's a good point. Pickens is super interesting. Oh,
I think Pickens
or Love's right there.
Yeah, I think Love. Like that feels good.
I don't have a single Jeremiah Love, I don't think. Really? So maybe this is just
I swear I've made you take one before.
I wouldn't be surprised if like one of our earlier drafts we did.
Yeah, probably pre-draft. I'm sure we I'm sure we did the Genty Jeremiah Love 1-2 turn at least once.
Must have. I wouldn't be shocked.
Yep.
What I wanted to mention earlier, and this is a little bit of a pivot from what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
So we see how Achan went here in the, was that the 2-10? Or no, what do we? So 2-7?
2-7, yeah.
In Basketball Mania, I picked him up in the 112.
Yeah.
I just thought he's not coming back. I think I just want someone weird, and I picked him and Saquon, and I hope it was enough. And then I picked, I don't know, something else. And the only reason why I'm bringing that up is because this 12 spot, I think, and I tweeted this I posted it on Blue Sky. I think this is the most fascinating, if not terrifying, spot in the entire draft.
Yeah.
Like this draft too, in particular, because once you get to the 112, this is like all running backs. Like ignore the Bowers at 5. Like typically this is like all running backs, and then like Bowers and Bryan end up going back here or like in the 3rd.
Yep.
So you have to make a decision about, do I want to try and get a positional advantage that early in a way that like your team roster is gonna look really weird, or do you try and just go basic? Ooh, hey, T. Higgins.
Yeah, I think past ADP, that's a pretty nice value in the 4th.
Yeah. And right now, our bye week doesn't seem very bad. So like 6, that's a bummer. But more importantly, that's early in the season. And our hope is that by the time we get to week 6, we have a sizable lead, and we have JSN that is not gone till way later.
Yep.
So like,
and
this is
like
not too worrying for me.
Yeah. Plus, I think it's a little less important in this versus the Underdogs Eliminator, because Underdogs Eliminator is literally just a 1v1 every week after week 1, and this is still like, there's plenty of people who aren't going to be stacking bye weeks. There's plenty of people who are going to treat this like a regular best ball tournament, probably incorrectly. They'll be doing mega team stacks, stuff like that. And like, there's going to be plenty of teams that have bad quarterbacks or injured quarterbacks or bad tight ends, or they have one healthy running back by week 4 because they went hyper fragile and all 3 got injured. I have no idea what the 5 hole was doing. I'm very
we'll
happy.
You later, 5 hole.
Yeah, I'm quite happy that they're right next to us, because that means we're probably going to get some interesting stuff. But I have no idea what the plan is there. Go with your gut.
If Burden's here, it's great. JMO's great.
Yeah,
I think. See, the Burden thing, I feel like we're pretty past ADP at this point. Do we care enough to get the value? I almost think yes. It's almost a full round behind.
Yeah. Well, I'm in on Burden, and I don't have enough Burden, so I would run to the podium here on Luther Burden.
Yeah, and there's a lot of chatter. I say this as someone who consumes a lot of content. There is chatter that Luther Burden is kind of the wide receiver 3, being Colson Loveland being number 1.
Yeah,
which I think is kind of consensus, and that's fair. And then Roma Dunze being obviously more veteran by a year. But I don't know. It's very tricky to determine the actual like value between those two players, considering they play such different roles.
Yeah.
Right? Like I would like, if you want to do the thing where it's Ben Johnson's offense and you're like, oh, who's like Amon-Ra St. Brown? Like that's way more Luther Burden, I think, than it is Roma Dunze.
Yeah, I think that's what the people who are super in on him are betting, is that he's like 90% of Amon-Ra.
And I think that's fair. I think that's that's like a lot more accurate than saying Amon-Ra is a big, I don't know, towering weapon like Roma Dunze.
Yeah.
So to me, like, I mean, I'm kind of, his fall, because his ADP is around 43. So his ADP is a whole round earlier. Like this fall to the 5th must have been due to some sort of like
I think you're
from camp.
I think you're just looking at the reason why he fell right to our left there.
I guess that's like there it is.
Double elite tight end, double running back, and elite quarterback. Like,
I guess that's fair. I mean, You got to
I
Josh
think
Allen go over here. So we have 3 tight ends going before him. Yeah, 2 and technically 2 quarterbacks. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And Rome.
Yeah.
Rome jumped him. That's crazy.
I wouldn't do. They said DJ Moore went ahead.
Roma Dunze did. Sorry.
I think DJ Moore
Moore
also went ahead.
He went in the 4th.
Yeah, like with the Allen drafter. Like, there's just a lot of weird stuff going on the left side of the board.
Interesting. So
this feels like a draft where it's probably just going to be like, hey, ADP faller every time because value good.
look at this. So Bucky Irving too, like as someone who's being a crazy faller, yeah, if it comes to the 68, we're taking Bucky. I don't know if he'll get there.
He does. Just deal.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Because like Bucky to me is a scary prospect. I think the injury and what happened last year is like a little unnerving. I feel like the word's almost like too strong for this, but ultimately I think the vibe around Bucky Irving is kind of lower due to the fact that Kenny Gainwell joined the roster. Like the ending of that season was so rough. What do you say?
Did Tony Pollard just go?
Oh yeah, he did.
Directly after Bucky Irving.
He knows something we do not. Also, Jaden Daniels still sitting here. He probably goes. Where's Terry McLaurin? He's probably somewhere way higher, right?
I think he went
somewhere that's going to surprise me.
I think he went somewhere. Yeah, he went on the right side of the board to the unstacked Joe Burrow drafter, which again, we don't need stacking in this format as much. But I would argue probably more than in the Eliminator, but not as much as a traditional weeks 15 through 17 best ball contest. There's a legitimate chance that Daniels comes all the way back if the one hole's not interested in quarterback.
I would be so shocked.
I wouldn't put it past the 5 hole to decide double elite quarterback before his first wide receiver.
This is still very bold in a start 3 wide receiver full PPR format.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, again, any roster can win it with a little bit of luck. Chris Godwin. Okay. This is fine. This is also strangely scared of a player who will be great. Brian Thomas Jr., also a faller. Yeah. Caleb Williams also seems interesting. Jaden's definitely better, but like
we have Burden.
Exactly. And then also we can backstack if we truly want to with like nobody.
No,
Who's it? Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
That was actually a point that I wanted to bring up about the Bears specifically is like they're the first team I can think of or remember of like there's no backstack available for Caleb Williams, like literally zero. Like Kyle Monangai.
I think it's just Monangai.
And he's a non-pass catching running back. Like, you know, we're not drafting their wide receiver 3.
I mean, BTJ or Caleb?
Can I see the whole queue?
Yeah, so BTJ, Caleb, QJ, Tucker Kraft is interesting.
Yeah, I think Caleb.
So right now, week 10 for us is tough. But that's fine. We'll get there. We can play around that. Because at the same time, it's 10 weeks into the season. If these hits between all 10 of these guys that are 10-week by players, if they're good enough, like they kind of should be, like Bucky Irving's a kind of insane value. Like if they are all who we think they are, then we might just have a pad, like a very comfortable lead in terms of the top score overall. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
And we're balanced, even though the bye weeks are a little weird, like 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 quarterback so far. I don't think we have double buys at any position. I think it's just like each position has the same buy as a different position. Like Caleb is with Burden and Bucky, but they're all different positions. So like, yes, we're going to be without players during bye weeks, but everyone's going to be without players during bye weeks. So it's, we're not, we have 7 rounds so far, and the most out of any of them is 10, and it's 1 per position. So we're only missing 1 player per position right now, and I think that's totally fine. Like, you probably only want 1 quarterback. You probably want 3 quarterbacks with different buys. You probably want 3 tight ends with different buys, and then like maybe 2 max per buy at running back and wide receiver, maybe 3 at wide receiver if you go like 8 or 9. is probably fine, but still, there has to be some overlap. You can't draft 20 players with no overlap of bye.
Right.
Oh boy, do we take Brooks that early? I also don't. Well, Harvey's 10. That sucks.
Yeah.
Definitely not Pearsall. Actually, you know what? Let's go Brooks. I think you're right.
I think this is still right. And it's kind of like the Panthers as a whole are such an interesting team to me because their bye week is so early.
Yeah.
In this format specifically, because you don't like, I don't know. Like, I think this is a team that's going to get better as the year goes on because that's just how Bryce Young kind of worked last year. I think like as Tedero McMillan continues to get more reps, like, and they figure the offense out more, like if they have a healthy Jalen Coker, like I feel like this offense can actually be pretty good.
Well, they no longer have a healthy Giselle.
I mean, no, that was so disappointing because now we have to bank on Xavier Leggett to be sacrificial X, and
well, so far he's been quote unquote good in camp. So whatever that means to you means nothing.
Hey, he was a fifth year breakout. It only makes sense that he does it the same way in the NFL. It's simple math. It just repeats itself over and over again.
Well, we're only on year 3, unfortunately, in the NFL. So,
oh no,
I think maybe 4. I don't know.
I'm gonna click something. Hope it doesn't mess up the stream. All right, we're good. I'm currently checking to make sure my camera is all charged. So we're still good.
It's a good thing to figure out live. 20 minutes.
Look, that's the fun part when no one's actually here.
Yep. But yeah, like I know that every time we draft now we're just kind of pushing Brooks up the board, but like he's looking good in camp, like he's getting reps with ones, like Harvey's gonna fall all the way back, and
if he comes all the way back, I have to take him. And then we're done, I think, at running back. Well, until it's 20 rounds, so we have time.
Yeah, we can take a 6th pretty easy. But like he's a pass catching running back on full PPR with explosive upside.
20 rounds behind? Like, let's see. Okay, all right. He got auto drafted. Sounds good. Yeah. Pearsall, we're not going to touch because he's got a weird knee issue. That's one of the things we didn't even talk about earlier.
Pierce, we're not touching because he has I think Fannin.
We like Fannin here.
Yeah, or
I like Fannin all the time.
Fannin or Addison for me.
I want to take Fannin here, and then we can kind of start leaning away from, or we want 3 tight ends, but like the tight ends even all the way down here are like not awful. They're not good. They are playable options deep in the draft somehow, some way.
There's a lot of late round tight ends that have a week 13 bye, I want to say, specifically. Or no, it's week 6 because it's Hawkinson has one, Gesicki has one, Dulcich has one. That might be the only 3. There's a specific bye week at tight end where all the late round tight ends feel like they have the same bye. So yeah, I always end up having to like accidentally diversify because I keep having to like make sure I don't have so many of the same week tight ends. But yeah, Ricky Pearsall having swelling problems with the knee that he dealt with all last season. It sounds bad. Like they're like throwing around things of like evaluation, no timetable for return, see how he's feeling. He could miss the year. Like I'm not expecting it, but he could. Like he absolutely could just be like, yeah, he's on season-ending pup. Whoops.
Yep.
Season-ending IR.
See you later.
Yeah.
I'm hovering Kittle here because that's interesting. Addison goes.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna push Golden. I think Shuck is like the last quarterback that I feel like okay about.
Yeah, like Willis is okay, like interesting, but Shucks actually fits us a little better. Different bye week than Caleb.
Yep.
Plenty of guys. Juwan Johnson. we can take later in the draft.
And like all the late quarterbacks don't have a week 8 bye. Like none none of them do. So we're very open to any of the late guys, the Brissetts, the Rogers, the Genos, all of that.
Well, what's really cool about this roster that we have at the moment is that like Sam Darnold is pretty free.
Yeah.
He is someone that is worth like, let me see if I can go, if you load for me, thank you. Yeah. He goes behind like Daniel Jones, like that I love. And then we can, if we want to start talking tight ends, Juwan Johnson's there. And then AJ Barner is like second to last round.
Yeah.
For those who really, really feel obliged to pick him, like pick 188.
Yep.
That's
even still, we don't have to.
Oh, we can't. Well, we can still, but Fannon's week 11.
Yeah. But again, we don't have to stack.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah. So Pearsall, I'm just out on until we hear more. I don't like if he's in the 20th round, then like sure. I just don't think he's probably going to get autoed at some point or taken because we're going to get like to round 14 and someone's going to be like, well, what if he's healthy?
Far enough. Yeah.
We've gotten so much CLV on this team already. Like I don't need to go hunting for it and like ruin a good draft because I'm like, but what if he comes back? So Dejon Stribling,
sign him up.
He's a great pick right now. I don't know how high he's going to go in this draft. If he's on the ADP board when we're picking, I'm going to say we need to pick him. Like not this round, but like once he shows up on that screen.
Yep.
I think Kittle still makes sense. Kelsey makes sense. Aaron Jones makes sense. I think a running back or a tight end here.
Yeah, I think at this point, I'm just going to take the flyer on Kittle.
You have faith. He's a safe floor. Like Kittle gives you really nice upside for sure.
Like my thought with Kittle is I was very out on him generally because I'm scared, obviously, of the Achilles.
Yeah, both of us were like, he's like a 180s pick where he in the early summer. And
right.
Now he's not.
And so I think now it's like, well, apparently we have the modern medicine, miracle of science that he's running around. He's catching balls and
he's going to come back from a torn Achilles faster than Ricky Pearsall comes back from a knee strain.
We seriously need to have a discussion about that substation next to the 49ers.
Christian Kirk is hurt now too. Jordan James broke his ribs. They had 3 major offensive injuries today. 3.
It's July 29th.
It's the first day of camp.
They're not going to make it.
They just reported their coach is injured.
Oh my God. And that story's getting crazier by the day.
Yeah.
I see crazier. It's more like they just kept omitting information from it over and over and over again.
Yeah. Like somehow Brandon Ayuk's like the 12th craziest thing on this team.
Could you imagine? You said this earlier, but I'm going to say it again. Could you imagine if he actually decided to stick with the 49ers? He would get 150 targets. Bold enough.
That's why I like George
15. Kittle. Yeah.
Like he's probably the 3rd option now. Like it's Evans, it's CMC, and it's Kittle. If he's playing week 1, I think Diggs is a smash. I think Jones is good. I think Mitchell's good.
With all the injuries so far, I know, like, wait, did Aaron Jones go? Aaron Jones did just go. Do you care about Juwan Johnson yet or no?
No.
We don't need to stack. I need to keep reminding myself that.
Yeah, I prefer Diggs, I think. He's going to rise. He's going somewhere. He could go to the Niners, which would kind of suck for this team, but also be fine.
Yeah.
It's only week 8 wide receiver buy if that somehow happens.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs is interesting because you're absolutely right. Teams need a wide receiver. There's a lot of teams right now that will like need somebody.
Panthers.
It just always happens. Panthers now need somebody, right? He's a little. Well, no, they just need a body. They actually probably need him generally just as a veteran presence, because who's the elder statesman? David Moore.
Yeah, well, I think they signed. I don't remember who they signed. Like a 6th string wide receiver that I recognized the name of and was like, oh.
They signed Casey Washington, right?
Yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah, right.
I was like, I remember drafting
Falcons
him in the
legend.
5th round of my rookie drafts. And
Had a really good preseason game that one time, and that's why people were like, "Oh!"
And then couldn't beat out literally anyone in Atlanta for the wide receiver.
Beat out David Sills the 5th.
Yeah,
hate to see it.
What's the build right now? I can't see it.
So I know this is the unfortunate part of the current format that we're working through here. The build right now is that we're at 2-4-4-2, so 2 QBs, 4 running backs, 4 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. So we have at wide receiver JSN, T. Higgins, Luther Burden, and Stephon Diggs. At running back, we have Devon Achane, Jeremiah Love, Bucky Irving, and Jonathan Brooks. We're now on the clock, so I'll get to the onesie positions in a moment here.
I think Mitchell or Darnold for me.
I am gonna go Darnold here because, and I know it hurt you. We're picking Seahawks players, but I think this is still fine. Again, same thing. That's our last QB. I think we have 3 very good QB options here. In a perfect world, Caleb Williams is probably gonna be our highest scoring because he offers a little more on the ground. Yep. But Sam Darnold, JSN, that is a pretty strong pairing there.
Yeah, Darnold is the ultimate safety blanket in this.
Exactly.
Process. He's never going to score 35. He's probably never going to score 5. He's probably just going to be somewhere around 12 to 18 points every week, and he'll kind of go as JSN goes. And if he also gets a Shaheed pop, then he might get 23 one week. But he's safe. If all of our other quarterbacks are injured, we're not taking a 0 or someone who's 50-50 to be starting still. They're not going to bench the quarterback that just won them the Super Bowl for Jalen Milroe or Drew Lock. He's fine. And
given they don't have some crazy running package with Jalen Milroe, but
ultimately, that's why I was fine with it. I would have probably preferred Keaton Mitchell, but I think ultimately, it with Caleb, there is more downside than basically every other quarterback in that range, which is why I think he's frankly mispriced, but I also don't want 0% Caleb, so I'm just forcing myself to take him sometimes, especially when I have a Burden or a Loveland or a Rome. But Caleb has downside. He is erratic. He doesn't run as much as every other quarterback in that range besides Burrow, but he's definitely not Joe Burrow. So
still trying to find that 4,000 yards, so he's certainly no Joe Burrow. That's so crazy. I think this year he does it. I think this is a 4,000 year for Caleb Williams.
Could be.
Just got to get over that 59% completion rate percentage.
Yeah. Something like that. I mean, he's definitely gotten better. He absolutely has.
I want to go Tank Bigsby, but he just got
I'm gonna push the Trey Harris or Travis Hunter button.
I've been in on this Travis Hunter bandwagon. I'm kind of down to clown all the time.
Yep.
Because he's still the 2nd overall pick. They're not going to keep him as a cornerback. There's just simply no way.
If you need any more convincing, when asked about how they're going to use him, Liam Cohen literally laughed at the reporter's face when they suggested that he would be scaled back on offense to play more defense. He literally laughed out loud on camera and was like, no, we're not doing that. We're just going to play him more. He's going to play a lot. Is he going to be an every snap outside boundary wide receiver? No, he's not. He's better than Jacoby Myers, just straight up is. I think they really like Parker Washington, and I think he's going to keep the role he had last year. But I think Hunter can also do that role. And this is the ultimate contingency bet of Travis Hunter. It's the 14th round. We got him at pick 163, 164?
Yep. 163.
I understand the case last year. And the case last year ended up being correct, probably because of injury. We don't know. He went off before he got hurt. We were taking him in the 60s, the 70s. You had to pay because he was the 2nd overall pick on a good on a offense with a lot of targets. That didn't play out the way we thought. That's fine. He's in the 160s now. This is the 14th round. we probably could have attempted to push him around the 15th round because a lot of people are like, a cornerback? Like, he's the number 2 overall pick. He's one of the most freakiest athletes you will ever find at any level of any sport ever. Like, you know, if you were just getting Bo Jackson at running back in the 14th every time, like, knowing that he's probably like, okay, freak number 2, Sadiq. Why are we taking Sadiq in the 15th round? We're going to take Sadiq in the 15th round because he's in the 15th round.
Because it's legitimately zero cost. Like if he is bad, right? Like, and then you're about to say the same thing too, right? If he is like, say he's bad, doesn't matter. Like, is he going to be worse? Like, it's either that or Dalton Schultz, right? Or whoever this next person picks. You're going to pick a Rondé Gadsden who might just be benched for Charlie Kolar.
Yeah,
like
Rondé Gadsden is like what
Jaden Blue goes immediately right after. So like I feel like, why not take a first round elite tight end?
Gunnar Helm just went. Like, all due respect, that dude ran like a 4.9 40. Like, I get the fear that it's the Jets. I get it. But I also don't care because he's a first round pick that went like 15th overall. Yes, it's the Jets. It does not matter. The opportunity cost is so low. It is the same exact argument as Hunter. He's the 2nd overall pick. He's not bad. He's coming off a somewhat major injury, but he's fully recovered. He's a full go in camp. He's been a full go for like 2 months. He's been in all their offseason stuff. It wasn't an ACL. Like, it was like one of the lateral stuff that's a lot less damaging. Like, these are fantastic bets. Pick them.
Absolutely. And for those who care, he put on weight. He put on muscle this season. That ends up being a big deal for. He was kind of a scrawny dude. Like, that's actually a pretty huge deal.
Have you seen some of the off-season pictures, like team photos of him shirtless? This dude is jacked. This dude, like, he looks like an MMA fighter, like right at weight cut. Like, he's in peak physical condition. Like, he's 22, 23 at most. Like, and we love the Jags offense. We are so in on the Jags offense. He is the latest piece going, and he's the highest drafted out of all of them outside of the quarterback by 1 pick. The quarterback went 1st overall. This guy went 1 pick after that in a different draft. Like, why is he the last Jag picked? Why? It makes no sense.
If it wasn't for us, like, Brenton Strange was probably going to go ahead of him. Like, quite literally going to be the last functioning piece of that out. Like,
he was ahead by ADP.
We have some gross options here.
Probably not Barner.
Oh, can I introduce some Marshawn Lloyd?
I'm good with Lloyd or Ray Davis.
Ray Davis might actually be the better pick because of bye weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start here and see if we can push Lloyd.
Now,
this is, I would really like to get both, but we'll see here. See, here's the fun part of the current setup, trying to find all the bye weeks. So for at QB, we got 10, 8, 11.
Good.
For running back, we got 6, 14, 10, 5, 7. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Wide receiver 11, 6, 10. We don't know yet. Mystery number 7. And then 11, 8, 13. So we're crushing the bye week dilemma, which is great.
We can do duplicates the rest of this draft and be totally fine if we like really truly like the players more.
Yep.
For the last 4 rounds.
What did I queue up? Oh, I lost somebody. Who did I lose? Oh, AJ Barner went. Okay, that's fine.
We don't need him anymore. I think with Sadiq as the 2nd tight end, like, I probably want a different bye week on the 3rd tight end just because, like, we just made a huge case for his upside, but like, there is also very legitimate downside because it's the Jets. Like, there's a reason his ADP is this far down.
No, it's the Jets and Geno Smith. So do you want to go a 4th tight end potentially? Because we do have 3. We have Fanning, Kittle, and Sadiq.
Oh, I forgot about Kittle. Then no.
Yeah, okay. So I was gonna say there is a reason why you might want to do that because concern over Kittle's health, but I think we're fine.
If he's not healthy by week 11 or week 13, this team is struggle busing anyways, probably. So I do think we are a little light on wide receiver.
I
Just-
was gonna start smashing wide receiver because what are we? We're at round 17, so we have 4 picks left: 17, 18, 19, 20.
Yeah.
I
think one
wideouts,
3 wide receiver.
Yeah. Oh, Jordan James, if only.
But now Kalen Black, maybe
is Garendo healthy yet?
He's been healthy. Is Black?
Oh boy. So Marshawn Lloyd is very interesting to me. Mike
fine.
Washington got some buzz today only. He was running with some ones. How much do we believe in the running with the ones at July 29th?
I think Washington.
Yeah. I think that's okay because I think we don't have a lot of week 13 bye, and Marshawn Lloyd, I'll get you eventually, but
I think
he's a Ricky Pearsall issue.
Yeah, they're both totally fine. They really are.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
I think we've talked about before. Mike Washington poses a very, very interesting position, being a goal line back.
Yeah,
he's much bigger than Ashton Genty.
Much bigger.
And if that line is not ideal, it's going to be fine. But if it's not perfect, then they're gonna just bring in the gigantic player who will probably just force his way in. Whereas Genty is going to be way more of an elusive, kind of shifty kind of guy.
Yeah,
even though he's more of a bowling ball. But
here's the thing: we all want to really cape for their new head coach, whose name is escaping me for some reason.
Kubiak.
Yeah. That man had Kenneth Walker and decided Zach Charbonnet was still his favorite back. The only reason that Kenneth Walker went off in the Super Bowl is because Charbonnet got injured. That's the only reason. He's a committee back coach. He just is. We don't want to hear it. We don't like to hear it, but it's probably bad.
Yeah,
I don't think it will. I think he probably got the job by being no, Genty's going to get 300 touches. I think that's going to happen, but it's probably a Bijan Algier situation where it's Bijan still gets a ton of volume, everything's great, but then there's just some really frustrating usage of oh, it's Mike Washington in there.
Yep.
Oh, it's drive 3. Oh, it's Mike Washington season. Here's his drive. I think that's how it happens. And I think that's why they took him. This is a team that could have easily just gone and been Najee Harris, you're the guy. James, We're going to trade for James Conner. He's the RB2. But they went for someone explosive.
This to me is just Tyquan Thornton probably.
I'm going to say no. Do you have someone else queued up? How about Sarah?
Yeah, I'm in.
And I'll tell you why I said no.
Okay. Oh, wait, are we taking Cyrus Allen?
Well, you and I have already taken Cyrus Allen because you suggested it 2 weeks ago. But he ran with the ones today and has gotten glowing reviews from Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. That is not nothing. that is very much something.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's way more than just coach speak. That felt real, and for a team that needs something not named Xavier Worthy.
Yeah,
I'm interested.
For context, this is the exact same position they were in last year. We heard nothing about Jalen Royals. We heard nothing. He never ran with the ones. It was never interesting. This didn't happen with Jalen Royals. This is happening with Cyrus Allen. I don't think it's take him every draft by any means yet. I think it's still you need to mix him in sometimes, but I think you need to mix him in sometimes now, because once that steam catches, if he just beats out Tyquan Thornton for the job as the X on a Patrick Mahomes offense, he's a 12th round pick, maybe higher.
He's going to skyrocket.
Yeah, 10th round pick by the time it's actual NFL season time. The other player that I would put in the queue is the other Allen. Keenan Allen's going to sign somewhere. He absolutely is. There's a lot of talk of the Colts. Alec Pierce has started training camp on PUP. There is real talk that he's going to miss the start of the season, possibly start on actual PUP and miss 4 games. They have Josh Downs, and that's it.
We did lose out on Keenan Allen. He went right after Tyquan Thornton.
Okay. I think
So
it's
right now,
Cyrus.
this is gonna be Cyrus Allen, and then we're gonna start figuring out who is this last dart throw wide receiver, because guys like Christian Kirk, no, Chris Bell, like I just don't see a world where that works. I think they're just gonna redshirt him. Bryce Lance is interesting, but that's definitely more of my rookie brain. I think I haven't heard anything about him. He's just go deep guy. I did queue up Brendan Thompson from the Chargers just to get a piece of that Chargers offense. Like,
Yeah. I mean, did Vele just go?
Vele must have just gone because he was like right here.
Okay,
Like Jack Ash is interesting, yeah.
Especially with Shuck.
Right.
Are we good on wide receiver bye weeks in general? Nothing too
we were generally safe, yeah. So let me oh my god. 11, 6, 10, unknown, 7, 13, 5. So far we have there's nothing. We were free.
Yeah. So anyone's on the board. Kirk is injured. And we have Kittle. Definitely not Ayuk. Fields is interesting-ish. I'm still fine doubling up on Ravens and going Jacoby Lane. I think DK makes sense. I think Mims makes sense. I think Xavier Thomas. I think Leggett.
Like now Leggett becomes a little more interesting if he can ever catch the ball correctly.
Pop Douglas is getting slot snaps still.
Yeah, he's getting a lot more run. Like the Pats offense right now has a lot of weird hype because it's not significant. It's not just AJ Brown. Like a lot of it. Did he just go? Okay, I went nuts.
I think we go Pop. Yeah, I think,
and I'm happy with that because he has, strange enough, he has a chance to have a bunch of boom games. Like we saw last year. Oh wow, we can see our team. This is fantastic. Okay, but yeah, I'll finish my thought real quick. Yeah. So Pop Douglas has a chance, and they like him to go deep once in a while. Like obviously, everyone is thinking about Kayshon Boutte, who's also making flashes in early camp right now. But that's also probably trade bait.
Yeah, it's absolutely just like every beat reporter has been instructed. Whoa. Wow, look how great he is. We're going to throw him a bunch of passes so that we can trade him.
Has anyone seen how amazing this Kayshon Boutte fella is? Which is like kind of not for nothing now, because guess who needs a new X? Panthers. Welcome to Carolina, Kayshon Boutte.
49ers.
And the 49ers need just bodies. Man, I would be...
Colts.
Yeah, oh my god, the Colts. All right, so Kayshon Boutte actually might just get moved pretty soon. We'll see. And for what it's worth, I hope he does, because he deserves all the playing time. And I do not think he's going to get it here in New England, despite the fact that we love him here.
Yeah.
All right.
But Pop Douglas is running as the slot receiver in 3 wide receiver sets. It's kind of what I always expected. Like AJ Brown's not a slot. Like Dobbs, I guess, can play everywhere, but like, do you really want him in the slot? Like, not overly, no. Like, you probably want him as the sacrificial X, while AJ Brown's running everything intermediate, and then you want Douglas underneath. So, and Pop is free in every draft all year, and I think now is the time to just start clicking, because everyone else is just going to be like, it's Xavier Leggett season, it's Malachi Field season, it's one of these Ravens rookie season, it's Cyrus Allen season. Pop Douglas is going...
Like, he's going to be relevant. I think you just froze a little bit, so I'm going to finish your sentence. He's going to be someone. He has been somebody, and as Drake May and the offense ascends, like, he's going to continue to be relevant. And that's important to grab, especially when he's free, especially in these drafts where you don't need to start him all the time. He would normally be a waiver guy. But Pop Douglas, when he's free, when he only hits your lineup when he's scoring a whole bunch of points, like, this is good stuff here. And just to recap the team here, our quarterbacks, Caleb Williams, Tyler Shuck, and Sam Darnold. Our running backs, Devon Achane, Jeremiah Love, Bucky Irving, Jonathan Brooks, Ray Davis, and Mike Washington. Our wide receiver, we've got Jackson Smith and Njigba, T. Higgins, Luther Burden, Stephon Diggs, Travis Hunter, Elijah Sherratt, Cyrus Allen, and Demario Douglas. At tight end, Harold Fannin, George Kittle, and Kenyon Sadiq. This is a very weird team, but I think it's got legs. I'm kind of curious to see how this one ends up playing out. but we'll get there. Get our boy back in here. Get back in here. Your internet can't ruin this party.
I literally made it through an entire draft and was like, wow, it's finally fixed. It's not.
We're absolutely pranked. Well,
close enough.
Yeah, I just recapped the team. Any parting thoughts on this build as a whole?
This is going to be a unique team because the 5 and the 4 hole just did real weird, bizarre stuff in this draft. And like, it's not going to be thrown out. Like they weren't like taking, like a 3rd string wide receiver in the 3rd round or anything. Like they just did weird builds, which there's something to be said about. Like maybe that's makes more sense in this contest because like you want something very unique that no one else is going to have, because especially as you get farther and farther down the contest weeks of like, you still need to be top 75%, top 50%. And like, if you have a team that's been duped 1,000 other times, or like most of the good players are all on a bunch of these teams, like you still want something to help differentiate you from what everyone else is doing. So
right. So what I really wanted to come back here is to really highlight what maybe I can't. It won't let me scroll the way up.
I kept being like, how many tight ends did this team take? And I think it just keeps jumping.
All right, hold on. I'm going to hold the mouse button here to see if we can actually see it. All right, maybe not.
Can you arrow key it?
Let's see. Nope. Can absolutely
okay.
All right, here we go. What if we do this? Here we go. We're just gonna keep. Oh my lord, we're gonna keep growing the board here. Yes. Okay, so maybe we just scroll high enough. Yeah. So anyway, here we go. Team 5 being a very unique drafter, and exactly what you're talking about. Like like how many teams are gonna have Bowers and Loveland? Very few, because the draft is a favorite.
Exactly. The second.
So very unique here into Lamar Jackson, into both Cardinals wide receivers. They then decided that for their first 2 wide receivers, it's going to be both Cardinals, and then Dobbs, Casey Concepcion, Jalen Naylor, and Omar Cooper. Potentially, maybe this is not going to work. Maybe our whole defense is falling through. But
they have double 14, double 13, double 11 at wide receiver.
So triple 11. So maybe this one's not the case that we're trying to make. But regardless, this is still a unique team. There is potential. But like
the 4 hole, because of what the 5 hole did, got a Puka, Nico, Drake London in the 3rd draft. Like, so that's very rare. Good. But then they reached for Bashal Tootin in the 4th, but still end up getting Tetaroa in the 5th. So like things are just kind of ping-ponging between like, what are you doing? And like, oh, that's good.
They're like, well, that's actually really good. But then you take a snapshot of this player's running back room: Tootin, Warren, and then Corum Harvey.
Yeah.
And Katron Allen. Wait, he has 4 playable running backs at the moment, because Jordan James has a broken rib, so he's going to miss time, and he's going to be someone who's very inconsistent and very unreliable later down.
Yeah.
But so again, unique format, unique roster, sure.
Yeah.
Whatever. But should we do another one?
Yeah, absolutely. But like, he also has probably the best foursome of wide receivers you can get, more or less. Like, because he could have easily just taken Tetaroa in the 4th and Tootin in the 5th, and we'd have been like, that's great. He just swapped them and got lucky on getting Tetaroa back in the 5th. Did we just get in the first go?
We were number 11. Sorry, we were number 12. So, and we get the 3 spot. Oh, and it fixed itself.
Nice.
I love this. This is fantastic.
Everything's coming up us. So, Chase or Puka?
You never know. I'm always still Chase, I think. And also, the bye week is more conducive to other teams. So like the week 6 bye is just really the Bengals, and then Bengals and Lions,
and the Vikings and the Dolphins.
And Vikings. Well, We're not picking any Dolphins, so we're fine. We're not going to get back here.
We might.
I don't think so. But
Probably not, but I've seen him fall that far in drafters before.
we'll get ready just in case.
Yeah.
Because then if that happens, then I guess it doesn't
We're
matter. It's a running back and a wide receiver. It's not too bad.
Yeah. And again, like, you can survive. Like,
We
truly can.
Yes. In the
I just-
tank for pick one here.
Yeah. I am mad because I feel like I was getting an absorbent amount of 101s when Bijan was the 101, and I've gotten like 0 when Gibbs is the 101. So I have like way less Gibbs than Bijan, and it's just very frustrating.
Yeah.
I think it's Chase. I love fantasy points, so I listen to like all their content, read all of their stuff. Scott Barrett and Graham Barfield made like very compelling points on Puka as like the top wide receiver and like basically the 102 after Gibbs. Yep. And like I'm with them. And so, but I also like the thing that Scott said was like, I think Puka's a better pick, but I think Chase is so good that I still don't want to be like over position one versus the other. I still am probably just going to 50-50 it. But like, I do think if I was drafting one team from the third spot, I'd probably would take Puka. Like,
that's fascinating to me. Yeah.
His yards per route run was like almost 4 last season. And like the gap between him and Jamar Chase is the same as and Chase was number 2, I believe, at like 3 point, or maybe number 3 behind JSN, but like he was like a full point 1.16 lower than Puka or something like that. The gap from Puka to Chase from 1 to 2 is the same as Chase to like the 117th ranked wide receiver in yards per route run. Like Puka, if Devontae Adams didn't exist, Puka would have had like the best wide receiver season of all time. It was already very high up there to begin with. He just didn't get touchdown luck because Adams literally got 15 plus touchdowns. But like, if Puka had 10 of those added to what he already had, like this is a Cooper Kupp legendary, like 1-of-1 type of season. And yes, there's some injury risk. There really is. Like, but you know, then Scott Barrett made the point of like, yeah, but there's also a lot of injury risk for Joe Burrow, for Chase, and like the on-off splits of Burrow and Chase versus Chase with anyone else is pretty bad. Like,
yeah,
it's certainly better that it's Joe Flacco as the backup for sure, but like you still, the reason Chase goes that high over, you know, over JSN, over Amon-Ra, over CeeDee Lamb, over Jefferson is that Burrow is such a clear quarterback tier ahead of all of those other guys. From a talent perspective, like they're similar-ish. He's probably still the best or second best with Puka, but like from an actual just like median projection standpoint, he's pretty similar to the rest of the guys that go in the first round. But he has Joe Burrow, and so it just doesn't really matter because Joe Burrow goes Burr.
Like that's and truly that's kind of just a difference, right? I think if you believe in the health of Joe Burrow, I think like making Chase as 1-3 is correct. If you have any sort of doubt that Joe Burrow is going to miss any sort of time, I think that just ends up putting Puka ahead.
Yeah,
I guess I'm in the camp of like Joe Burrow can't get hurt again, right? Like he usually has this habit of going on and off, like the Dak even odd years. Like Joe Burrow has even odd years of going injured, and
no, that's who I was gonna suggest. That's crazy.
Drake London?
No, Malik Neighbors.
Oh, they're listening.
But London's fine.
I mean, do you want to pitch Derrick Henry at all to me?
Nope.
Okay. That's fine. Because I don't really have a real reason to pick Derrick Henry in this type of format. Like if he comes to 27, sure. Because then we'll get a pretty dang good running back.
We need to have the Malik Neighbors discussion though, because we've kind of buried here.
Yes, we sure do. Because Today, Malik Neighbors was running drills. This was
that-
completely like at least in my mind, I am pretty surprised. I guess shocked wouldn't be the right word, but I'm very surprised that he's out doing drills even as early as today, because all the news was that he is not going to be ready.
Yeah, not just doing drills, like full speed, full cutting. He's not wearing a knee brace, by the way. I think it's McBride for me.
I like that. I think this is good.
I'm underweight McBride, and I would like to fix that.
Yeah, now he's like into the third. I feel like this is way more palatable. Like people were taking him in the early second in the summer.
We took him. I have.
Yeah, we sure did.
I have a team of him at 11.
That's just showbiz, baby. You gotta take him where he's going, and luckily now we get reap some rewards. Yeah, I think those early teams are gonna be questionable. I think we gotta do like a portfolio review one of these days.
You say that, but that's also like real cheap. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, I guess none of the running backs ended up rising the way that we were thinking. Like, it's a lot of really cheap Omar Cooper Jr. There's a lot of Eli Stowers, a lot of Eli
Stowers.
But yeah. But back to Neighbors, like he's cutting full speed. Like, yes, he's not full pads, like it's shorts from the waist down, but like he's not wearing a knee brace. He's planting, he's making full speed cuts. He ran routes. It looks smooth. His legs look fine. Like nothing's disfigured. Nothing's asymmetrical. Like he is probably going to play week 1 at like 80 to 90% health and be 100% by the end of the season. Like if you faded him, you were wrong, just flat out. And like I said the whole time, like if we get positive news for him, you're going to regret not taking him in the 3rd and the 4th round because he's going to skyrocket. He just went in the 2nd round here. We would have taken him the next pick. Like, I'm sorry. If we get news in 3 weeks that he's a full go, he might be back in the 1st round, like legitimately, because people are going to get bored of the 12 hole being running back, or anywhere from 8 to 10 being like it's wide receiver running back every time on this side of the board. And guess who is totally from a like physical and talent perspective worthy of going at the back end of the 1st, early 2nd? It's Malik Neighbors. They're going to pull him up there, and he's still going to be worth drafting. So you should be taking him every time he's there, starting in the 2nd round. Just flat out.
Stop. Yeah.
Yeah. Like 13th pick, take him. I don't care. Just do it. It's unique for one. And like, he's good. Like, not good. He's a superstar. Like, the stats on him are Jamar Chase levels. Man, this is way less fun when we get fun fallers.
I know.
I'm fine with Achan. I'm fine with Burden. I'm fine going full 0 RB if you want to push that and see how that goes.
I do kind of want to. I'm very tempted to do that. But do you care for Adams or Burden here?
I'd say Burden. Adams has a chance to fall back, to be honest.
He does.
Same with Evans.
Yeah, I am way underweight on Malik Neighbors. Like crazy. I am truly just one of those people who faded him. I think maybe we drafted him twice on stream, like because you were like, get the 2nd round player in the 4th round. This is just math. Like, you know, we're not going to tank our team because we're taking Malik Neighbors in the 4th, right? The builds that we allowed us to go, like, the builds that we decided on allowed us to pick him where we did, and we're going to benefit from it. Like, I feel like I want to pull up that one team. I think we literally just went, like, JT, Powers, Allen, and Neighbors. I think that's what we did.
Yeah.
Like a crazy team like that.
I would go Tootin over
Swift.
Yeah. Or Hendo.
I'll take Tootin here. I love Hendo. Like Swift is fine. Ooh, pulled up Judkins. Judkins is also someone that is going to really start climbing as we get closer to the season.
Yeah. And someone else in that cadre, but that's a wide receiver, is Carnell Tate.
Yeah.
He's the 4th overall pick. Why is he going this late? He's right before Marvin Harrison Jr., who like was also the 4th overall pick, but has not been great. Like, we're just going to start being like, why am I taking Christian Watson over Carnell Tate? Like, why am I taking Roma Dunze over Carnell Tate? Why am I taking DJ Moore over Carnell Tate? This is the latest you've ever been able to get a pick this late outside of Travis Hunter. But Travis Hunter's kind of like a special case, as we've talked to at length. Like, you know, Carnell Tate, whether you believe fully in the prospect profile or not, like, it kind of just doesn't matter once you're into like the 5th round. Like, he's the 4th overall pick. Like, the only way this fails is if he's Corey Davis, and there has only been one Corey Davis, and even then, like, he was bad, but he wasn't like catastrophically like, wow, how is this guy an NFL player bad? He was just bad for the 4th overall pick or the 5th overall pick or wherever they took him.
I mean, in the same exact vein, the guy going right after him was the 4th overall pick. Yep. He had a pretty mediocre season, and people were taking him probably earlier in the 4th, right? He was like a 2nd round, 3rd round pick.
Yeah, he was a 2-3 turn pick in year 2 after being a 1-2 turn pick as a rookie.
Right. So this is like, if you think in your heart of hearts that Carnell Tate will have at least a Marvin Harrison rookie season, he should be going in like the 3rd round.
Yep.
But because he is tied to a questionable team with a rookie 2nd-year quarterback, like, I'm sure there's a pretty depressed amount of like, you know, feelings around him, like not a ton of excitement, and I think we're wrong. I think we're just wrong on Tate. Like, just as a group here, I think there's really no reason to take Marv over him. But hey, I don't know, shoot your shot, dog. Like, I don't really know if we're taking QJ over him.
Like, QJ's insane. That's insane. Why?
Feels really aggressive and like very like overly positive on the Chargers offense. All right.
Yeah.
He gets the following Carnell Tate. Congratulations.
But even like Jordan Tyson, who has just now popped up on the queue, like, he went 8. He's on a good offense.
Yeah.
With a good quarterback. Why is he going so late? Mekhi Lemon goes in like the 10th round. Why? Who else is catching the ball besides Smith?
Straight up, I'm like convinced people hate the Eagles. Like, people just hate Jalen Hurts.
Well, that's why he goes in the 7th.
Unknown to me, because he is still. Oh, wait, did he get pulled up? I didn't see him here.
Yes, he did. I would go Price.
Price to me seems good.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I want to pick Drake May, but he's probably not gonna come around. But like, here, Price is just good. Yeah. I think our running back room seems dicey when you look at the names, because they're not the names that you're used to being like really exciting clicks about. But these are 2 players that are going to play a lot, and they will most likely get the opportunity to score a bunch of points.
We only need a top 75 score, top 75% score. We don't need to be 212. We don't need to be the top in the pod. We don't need to be perfect. We just need to have good enough scores for 17 straight weeks, and then pop off in week 17 to have the best score. It's pretty much the same when you think about it. It's actually, in theory, easier because there's way more room for failure. Like, you can have a bad week, and if everyone has a bad week, or at least 26% have worse weeks than you're fine. You're safe.
I love that take. I actually love that completely. That makes me want to just keep drafting more, because like, you have way more of a shot, right? Like,
we get Drake May anyways. So
wow.
Hit the button. Say the line, Bart.
Yay, May. All right, so week 11, we're running right into the week 11 meat grinder, though. Drake London gone, Price gone, Drake May gone, but it doesn't matter.
They're
It
all
doesn't
different.
matter at that point because they're all different positions.
Yep. All different positions. And really the only time to actually worry about week like buys is the back end of your bench to fill out the roster. And like if you notice, oh crap, I have 3 week 11 running backs through and they're all my top 3. Like that's when it's like, don't do that. But like, you know, if 2 of your top 4 running backs are week 11, you can survive. That's totally doable. They're not guaranteed to be the 2 that would score highest that week anyways, like if they were playing. That's why it's best ball. You don't have to make decisions. You just have to get lucky. It's a numbers game on who has the right combos at the right time. It's gambling. like there is absolutely there's skill involved, there's team building involved, but at the end of the day, none of it matters because it's gambling.
It's all changing percentage points, right?
Yep.
It's all just trying to give yourself the best shot, trying to make sure you're hitting, or I don't know. I was trying to make it like a blackjack analogy, but I don't do gambling properly enough to know that off the top of my head. I just play Balatro and then play DFS. That's my gambling.
Yep. But like you're grinding the margins. Like, we all have 0.0001% chance of winning this, but if I can get it up to 0.002%, like, sure, why not do it? Like,
exactly.
It costs me nothing. I mean, it does cost me lots of money, but that's money that I was already planning to spend on this and be willing to lose on this. And that's what you should do. And if you want to do that and you haven't signed up for Drafters yet, you should do that. You should use that promo code down in the bottom right, FN plus. You don't spell it out on this one. It's just FN and the plus sign, all caps. And deposit match up to $100, a full 100%. If you deposit $5, they will give you $5. If you deposit $100, they will give you $100. If you deposit $200, they'll still only give you $100, but that's okay. Use it on drafts. They have pick'ems. They have season-long bets that you can make. Like, it's not just a best ball site anymore. It's got a lot of stuff that you can explore and you can use. It's a great site. It's a different format from DraftKings. It's a different format from Underdog. And this is a smaller company that's really invested in their community and invested in what we want to do. I think you will enjoy playing on it. I really do. And I think we are taking Jonathan Brooks again.
I think so too. And I think we can wait a little bit on running back now because I think we're going to hit a wide receiver wall that we're going to like a lot. Or are we really going to click Fannin again? I don't think so, actually. I think I want to go a little more wide receiver.
I think Wandale is very interesting. I think Wandale or Mahomes.
I was like, Wandale or like, I'm gonna go Wandale here. If it's a full PPR format, you get the scam artist himself.
Yep. We've got our 3 up top, right? Do we have 3, 4? I've already forgotten.
We had 3. So we have Chase, London, Burden off the rip with McBride snuck in there, Tootin, Dejarian Price, Drake May, and then why am I blanking on the other running back we just picked, Jonathan Brooks?
Yep.
So Wandale being our 4th. We have our starters here. So
yep.
I'm happy with this. This starting roster I think is pretty good.
Yeah. And like if only one of Tootin, Price, and Brooks is like a true smash, that's fine. You know why? Because I can go get Aaron Jones in the next round. I can go get Jordan Mason in the next round. I can go get JCM in the next round. Corum, Manungai, like all these guys, they're just going to play. Like, and I just need a top 75% team every week. I need volume. I need boring clicks to fill out my rosters. Like if you're shooting for upside early, then you go boring late. If you shoot for upside late, then you go boring early. Like, just don't do all upside and don't do all boring. Just have balance. That's, in our last draft, we didn't really worry about team construction too much because we just took ADP fallers every single round for like the first 8 rounds. And then we got fun. We got Travis Hunter. We got Kenyon Sadiq. Like, I was going to fight for Keaton Mitchell if Sam Darnold was gone. Like, we focused on fun, but like, we didn't overly invest in fun where there's no room for a floor. Like, I think that's just how you need to build these teams. It's going to be boring. If you're going to max 150, like, your teams are going to kind of all be constructed in the same way of like a 3-6-8-3 pretty much every single time. Like, maybe you can get away with a 2-quarterback team every once in a while, but like, for the most part, it's going to be 3-6-8-3. It's going to be very few overlapping buys. It's going to be a healthy dosage of veterans and rookies and guys in between. And you're just going to see how it plays out every week. And like, you still want to worry about week 17 to some extent. For the most part, that's still something that matters. But like, we also have to balance that with like, you cannot overly game stack in this because the bye weeks are real. And there's also several week 17 games that have the same bye week on both sides. Washington and Jacksonville are both week 7. Like, you cannot overstack that game in this format. You will be out on week 7, almost certainly, unless you just absolutely thread the needle, which if you want to play it that way, that's fine. That could be an advantage, but it could also knock out all of your teams or most of your teams. And because again, this isn't pod luck. This is total contest points. So if you have the same players all giving you zeros on a bunch of your teams, like, if that comes at the wrong time, your teams are just sunk.
It's a great point about the week 17 matchups because I didn't even think about that yet. Didn't even cross my mind that a couple teams will have the same buys.
Yep.
And that's going to be on my homework now. I have to make sure I have that matrix done because there will,
yeah.
Raiders my thought was just, I didn't think to even do that. And then I don't think I've ever actually been like mentally trying to figure out like, I don't think any of my teams are really going to go in that direction to overstack to that game.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's Kyler here pretty clearly. Yeah, like, that's what we were going to do, and I don't think we ever did, was pull out the payout structure of this contest.
Oh, yes.
It's still all in week 17, like, all of it. Like, yes, there's some min caching stuff as you advance, but like, this isn't like Underdog's Eliminator where like, if you get to like week 12, you're making all your money back and more, and then it's just bonuses. Like, you still have to like really get there. Call me crazy. Well, let's wait for this. I think it's Aaron Jones for me over Bill.
You like the receiving option?
Receiving, safer. Like, Bill could just not be the starter, and that would kind of suck for this team. And Aaron Jones, like, is definitely playing, like, to some extent. So I think it's Jones.
I've been pretty bullish on getting both of the Vikings running backs when I can because it's kind of an up in the air situation. Like, I just picked Kyler and Jordan Mason in very similar fashion in another draft I just did.
Yeah.
Let me just see if I can gamble here. I think I can find it back. So here is our payout structure. Yeah, so 50 grand first, and then let's see.
Yeah. So like top.
So,
let's see
here. Your payout is top 3,500. So that'd be what? So you get week 7. Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, but you know, you get your entry fee back at week 7, and by that time, you probably, if you max this at 150 and 75% make it through, you would assume that you have 115-ish teams left at a 75% clip. Like, that's if everything goes normal, you know, so you don't even make your max back yet. Then you have to make it through next week. Like, and again, these are all like real tiny payout structures for a lot of the time. Like
top 250 finally gets you $100.
Yeah.
So
like
winning, obviously, that
like,
very
like,
last
yeah,
week
like
is very important.
getting to the final week, you get $125 for being in it. Like
Yep.
that's not a lot of money. Like respectfully, that's 12 entries into this contest. Like you have to be shooting for first still. That is the only thing that matters. Like, so it's still a lot of week 17 is all that matters, but also it's not, because you can't build to only care about week 17, but you have to build to mostly only care about week 17.
Yes.
You have to build week 17 is all that matters, but also zeros are devastating.
Also, get there.
Yeah.
Get there.
Just survive.
Simple.
Why
doesn't everyone else do that?
Yeah, I should have asked you why you had this up. When does the 50% start versus the 75%? What week?
50 starts, I think, week 13.
Interesting, which is a bye week.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's very close towards the end. So
if it's 13,
does that change everything? Does that change math? Does that make week 13 buy so much worse? No, it doesn't matter because you have to get there.
Yeah, but you to advance into week 14, if only half get through and you have, so like that's Ravens, that's Raiders, that's Jets, that's someone else good.
Indy. It's
Yeah.
Colts.
Like it's mostly just the Ravens, but like
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
That is something worth thinking about. Where am I with Rashid? Shaheed?
I think Shaheed or Ward with Wandale.
Oh, we do have Wandale.
I'm
going to push Ward.
Yeah, I think Shaheed's a good pick. We don't have JSN, and it gives us Darnold on the wraparound if Ward goes.
Yep. And then we're done with QB.
Although we do have May, so Darnold's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world if it's only Kyler in week 11.
What else we got here for QB? Who's left? Right,
I mean, there's still Rodgers.
Rodgers.
Rodgers and
Gino. Some options.
Yeah. After that, though, it's like all week 11 buys, so it has to be one of those three. Because otherwise, it's the Browns guys, the Falcons guys, all of them week 11. I guess Brissett.
Yeah,
actually, Brissett makes sense because we have McBride as well. Although, since week 17 is all that matters, well, we get Cam Ward. Who cares? Yeah. We can stop talking about it.
I was going to suggest, or I was going to bring up the topic. Do we just punt Cam Ward and aim for Brissett? Because we have two QBs that we like who should be outscoring Brissett every week.
Yeah.
But if there's a world where Brissett suddenly is like back to throwing 404 a game.
Yeah.
I think that's what I want to do.
I mean, I just don't know if he's playing in week 17. I just don't. And like in regular eliminator for underdog, I'm way more into it because like every week is probably your last until it's not. Here, like it shouldn't be your last if you build your team correctly. It's more of don't have zeros like as much as possible. Like obviously you have no control over injuries, you have no control over how the games actually go, but like you can control how many zeros you're taking in a given week from a bye week perspective. And like Jacoby's probably sitting at the chance he starts 17 games is like so catastrophically low compared to like basically every other quarterback on the board that goes before him. Like most quarterbacks that go after him are in like an actual competition. So it's week 15.
Week 15.
So it's underdog style in that sense of like it gets harder in the playoff weeks, the quote unquote playoff weeks. It's still easier than underdog because in underdog, it's like 1 out of 16 pods all the way through. Basically, you just have to be the best team every single week, 15 through 17. Here, it's just a top half every single week. But also, when you're down to week 15, like there's like 400 teams, like total. Like if you have a sucky week, you're gone. Like there's not room for grace when you're that low.
And that's the fun of it, man. That's like why it's gonna get pretty interesting if we can get any of these rosters that far.
Yeah. And it's not that big a contest. Like they just introduced this last week. Like this is brand new. This is their first time running it. No one's ever played this format before. So if this does well, if this fills almost instantly, they might do a second one. We don't know. But like if this grows, like this could be probably will never replace their main event, but it could be like a very eliminator style thing like underdog has, where it's like this is 1B, like this is the other flagship contest that has just as many entries and is almost as much money up top. So it's worth playing. It's $10 entry, 150 max. Like it's a fun format. Absolutely no one has strategy for this yet because it's never been done in this exact format before. So if you think you have an edge, exploit it because no one knows.
And with our promo code, you can get up to 20 entries. It's only a $10 entry.
Yeah,
it's not so bad. This is honestly, in general, that's kind of why I love drafters. A lot of their formats are really price friendly. Yes, it does mean that the payouts are lower, but like if you're not running, constant sims, you're not running constant drafts, like this is a way better entry point for folks who want to play best ball. They want to play best ball competitively, and they don't want to break their bank, or they have smaller bank rolls. Like this feels like a really good middle ground between this and underdog.
Yeah. I think Tank is good. I think Harris is good. I think Dulcich is good.
Yeah, I want to take Harris because we didn't take him last time. I like this Chargers offense as a whole intrigues me because there's absolutely opportunity everywhere. But can you guess the right one that's not named Ladd McConkey?
Yeah. I want Sadiq, but he has the same buy as McBride.
They're both
I'm fine with Dulcich as well, to be honest. Or Debo.
Debo might be a better dart throw.
And he might be a 49er.
He might just be right back to 49er.
Yeah.
Which might be way better for him as just like a fantasy asset.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, I feel like every time we draft, we're taking at least one of Diggs, Debo, or Keenan, and I'm just going to keep saying it. Like, they're good picks. They're great picks right now, actually, because they are all way too cheap for what their median projection outcome is the instant they are on any team in the NFL. And they are all going to be on teams in the NFL. The one that's the least likely is Keenan Allen, but it's still pretty likely, and he's also the cheapest. You can get him in the last round basically every time, or the 19th round basically every time. Like, he costs you nothing. Yes, he could be a zero, and zeros do suck in this format, but he also, if he signs anywhere, he is explicitly not a zero. He is a fantastic pick because he's playing. He's playing a lot. He's not going to sign. He's not Odell. He's not going to be like fighting for the wide receiver 4 on the Giants. Like, he is signing to be a starter, at worst the slot receiver of whatever team he signs with. He's getting 50 to 75% of the routes. He's getting targets because he always earns targets because he's Keenan Allen. Like, he's not washed. Like, he's not great. He's not Keenan Allen prime, but like, he's also better than like Ravens DeAndre Hopkins was. Like, he's fine. He's like end of career Larry Fitzgerald at this point. Just like 60 catches, 750 to 800 yards, 6 touchdowns. Not great. Fantastic in the 20th round. You would be doing cartwheels if you get that in the 20th round, and you can. And like that 0 is worth it to me because, like, yes, I can take a rookie. I can take Elijah Surratt. You know how happy we would be if Elijah Surratt in his rookie season gave you 60 catches for 750 yards and 8 touchdowns. Like that would be like one of the best rookie picks in best ball history. Like you can just get that with Keenan Allen.
The game doesn't have to be hard.
It's not.
Like, just pick the players that we know perform, and guess what? You don't have to start them. Like, it doesn't matter. You don't have to pick when they actually hit those like spike weeks. Yeah. The game does it for you. Like, he's not going to just go like, you know, who knows what the season's going to look like. But usually they pop, especially in the beginning of the year.
Like, if he has the exact same season that he had last year, he had like 4 consecutive like 15+ point games, and then he basically did nothing the rest of the year. It was like nothing over 7 points. If you get that in the 20th round, you were jumping for joy. You were so happy. If you get any score, like getting 1 score out of your 20th round pick is a win, usually. Or your team is so bad that your 20th round draft pick is hitting your lineup. That's possible, but that's probably not likely. You're more like, oh my gosh, he went for 25. I don't know why, but he did. He's my flex this week. Fantastic. He's my wide receiver 2 this week. That's all you're drafting Keenan for. You're just looking for routes.
Just get him on the field.
Give me T-Ferg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this guy a lot. I think he has such a unique position on this team that like loves tight end.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of hope here that like he can be a true like boom play, because I think he had like weirdly enough like 10 targets last year, all of which were over like 30 yards.
Yeah. And like
a deep slot threat that is like,
yeah. I was out on him for most of this summer until someone pointed out to me that like he is literally just year 2 Eli Stowers.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I think Helm is fine. I know
Helm or Marshawn Lloyd.
Let's go low. Yeah, let's go Lloyd.
I was about to check our running back buys, but I think it's fine. It's just price.
Yeah.
And that should be okay.
Yeah.
A bummer for sure.
Lloyd's probably not playing anyways, to be fair. So
if he gets to week 11 in a healthy state, that is a huge win.
Yeah.
That is just like a massive win for everybody.
If he's healthy and has scored a fantasy point, and we're worried about if his bye week is hit or not, like that's a great pick for us. Because
right, he's round 17. Yeah, we don't have to stress that much.
Yeah. But like for Terrence Ferguson, like he's a 2nd round tight end who is not like the most complete tight end on the board. He's not, he didn't win the job in year 1. He was drafted for the future. He's the future now. Like it's year 2. Like they don't have a slot wide receiver at all. Like they use Puka in the slot, but he moves around everywhere. They have 18 tight ends that are all viable and all do different things. They got rid of Tutu, which like is kind of underrated. Of like that was definitely their wide receiver 3. Like no question, no one was in competition for that. They were just like, no, we don't want to pay him. Ferguson is good college production, like much better than Sadiq. He made Sadiq sit on the bench because he was so good in college. Like good college production, early declare, I'm pretty sure. He just didn't get playing time, and he probably is going to. And if he does, this is an offense that we want the slot receiver in, and that's what he would play, like a big slot, a Mike Gesicki type of role. We're drafting him around Mike Gesicki, like on a similar offense, but this guy is much younger, arguably more talented, and he's not a 0 in the blocking game. Like he's not a good blocker. he's not bad. He's not Eli Stowers in that sense, but the reason that he's similar to Eli Stowers is like second round pick for the future. Probably Stowers is probably going to like be very limited in his involvement as a rookie. And it's more so of like, how can he help us down the road? And down the road is here for Ferguson. And like, if it's not this year, then he's probably just bad, and that's fine. But at the tight end position, that's not a death knell for us. Like, it's really not. We have Trey McBride on this team specifically. He's hitting the lineup 90% of weeks. Like, we need T. Ferg to score 8 points in week 13. Whoever a third tight end is can also help. But we're betting that he's more than that. And he gives you a couple 2 touchdown games. They stop deciding that Devontae Adams needs to be the guy every week. And they just give T. Ferg the ball a few times. Like, I could absolutely see like an 8 touchdown season on like 40 catches for this guy. Like, that's so within the realm of possibility because they don't run the ball in the red zone. They just don't. Like, they throw fades.
Yeah, they throw fades. They do whip routes.
Yep.
All right, Ted Hurst, Mike Gesicki, the aforementioned tight end.
I think we go Gesicki. Let's just draft him twice.
That seems fine to me. I was looking at Gesicki in an earlier draft and just thinking like he always does that 1 or 2 week stretch where he just ends up being the dude. And this is just a perfect format for it.
Yeah. We have Jamar Chase. This is a bet that T. Higgins misses 2 or 3 weeks, and Gesicki's going to Gesicki when that happens. And then I think we just take Ted Hurst.
Cool. Love it. Love when a plan comes together.
Absolutely. That's round 19.
Yep.
Okay.
And we get one more running back.
I know who I'm going to say.
Let's see. I'm going to see if I can guess. I think I should already know, but I'm not sure if I know.
He might be
That
gone.
one?
No.
Oh.
Is the one ahead of him already gone?
Oh, yeah, he's gone. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow, he went
mean man.
Okay. People are hip, apparently. Although they did say that he's the starter, jokingly / non-jokingly.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Nathaniel Hackett, an absolute character, I'll say it very nicely. Oh, Isaiah Davis, who might be the running back 2 in the Jets, allegedly, over Bryan
Allen. I assume, Justice Hill's gone. Ty Johnson scores 3 points per game, but maybe he'll score 8 once. I mean, Singleton this far down is also not like horrifically bad. Like, he's probably a 0, but most of these guys are zeros.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are going to be zeros pretty regularly. Like maybe Emmanuel Wilson's not.
Maybe we just don't take. Honestly, we just don't take running back because no one sparks joy.
I'll find somebody.
We just passed Kyle Juszczyk. I think we're out of names.
No, we got Daria Gumbawale. He's always good for one random week.
Tyler Baday's the running back 1 in Denver.
Oh, so true. Zamir White, when people were driving him in the 4th round a couple years ago, that was fun.
Mm-hmm. That was like an all-time bad fantasy.
That was like the most like easily seen just bust of all time.
Yeah.
And so many folks, Dylan Lobby.
Just made Mike Washington case.
Where's my Land Larison? There he is. Does he sell the mustache? They didn't even give him a picture. It's his 2nd year. Come on.
I don't think that was
don't do running back.
I don't think that was very high on their to-do list, unfortunately.
Unbelievable. Also,
something
is still here.
Yeah, something we forgot to mention. Jalen Noel broke his finger, so he's going to be out for several weeks at least.
So
it's sounding like Tank Dell might just be fine by the time the season starts. Like, he's practicing, he's running well. Like, I don't know. Like it feels gross to click, but like I think you need to start taking Tank Dell in like the 16th, 17th round every time now.
I
If
think
if he's like
you're right.
if he's like 75% of what he was, that's a good pick in this late of a round. Like he's not going to be who he was, but he's probably better than Jalen Noel. He's probably better than Jaden Higgins. Like Higgins at least has a bit more of a case, but because he plays a different role. But like with the injury as well, like Noel's just kind of gone at this point. Like that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
He's gonna miss most of camp now. He needed this.
Devastating.
Yeah, we could. He just went. Like
you're thinking just taking Jordan James with a broken rib anyway?
Like he's not gonna miss all season, and like the 49ers are still the 49ers. They are still just gonna like play musical chairs on their running backs, and none of them are gonna matter unless McCaffrey gets hurt anyways. So they're probably all zeros. But if he fell all the way to the 20th, I would have been like, okay. There's no one else. There really isn't.
I know. I'm just checking anyway.
I know. We just passed Devin Neal.
I know.
Like,
well,
I mean, Surratt, Troy Franklin,
so
Fields.
We do have Drake May on this team. We could go with Demario Douglas again. Like Malachi Fields, I think is an interesting.
I think Fields
name
is fine.
To monitor.
I'm fine with Fields.
Let's go with it. Let's just whatever. I mean, they took him in the third round. Like,
yeah, like
he has to see the field.
If he can't beat out the shell of Odell Beckham, Juju Smith-Schuster, like Gunnar, whatever his last name is.
Oh, Shevsky.
Yeah, like, or no, that's not who it is.
It's Braxton Berrios.
Yeah, Gunner's the one who like destroyed his leg in like the very first OTA snap for the Giants and is now out for the season. Which is why they signed like 7 wide receivers. But yeah, like if he can't beat them out, then like it's a wasted pick regardless. So like it's a very simple bet. They drafted him in the 3rd round. He does something that no one else on the team does except maybe Darius Slayton. Sounds good.
Alrighty, let's recap this team here. At quarterback, we got Drake May, Kyler Murray, Cam Ward. Probably won't ever see Cam Ward crack this lineup, but hey, you never know. We need to cover the bye weeks. Running back, Bashal Tunes, Jarian Price, Jonathan Brooks, Aaron Jones, and Marshawn Lloyd. A little thin, but I think points every week. I don't know. It feels like a bunch of starters that we're looking at. Wide receivers were a real strength here. Jamar Chase, Drake London, Luther Burden, Wan'Dale Robinson, Rashid Shaheed, Trey Harris, Deebo Samuel, Ted Hurst, and Malachi Fields. And then rounding out this roster, Trey McBride, Terrence Ferguson, and Mike Gesicki.
Yeah. It's a classic 0 RB team. Like we went light on running back, but we ran out of names. Like there's like what would adding Samaje Perine do for this team? Like legitimately, if he's hitting our lineup, we are so dead. Like this team is eliminated that week. Like it just is. Like you're like obviously it's a very big bet that Jonathan Brooks wins the job or wins a lot of playing time for this team, but like it's just gambling. There's a lot of bets to be made on this. Like it's not dead. Like this team is dead if a lot of things go wrong. So
I mean,
you can't
draft exactly.
Yeah, like Bashal Tutin's not the starter. Jadarian Price is sitting for George Holani in week 1. Like Aaron Jones is only a passing down back. Like this team could be dead from the rip. We don't know. We can't draft like that. That's silly. If you're drafting in fear, why are you doing this? It's supposed to be fun.
And jokingly, scared money makes no money. But it's kind of the whole truth, right? If you're drafting scared and you're trying to just play floor, okay, you make it to week 6.
Yeah.
And then you probably lose because you have no, skin in the game, right? You have no differentiating piece.
And
am I saying exactly? Am I saying today, right now on this pod, on this show, Marshawn Lloyd is the differentiating piece? No, but he could be. You never know, and we'll find out come September. It's still July right now. There's so much uncertainty that we're Try and take advantage of it.
We're on day 2 of training camp. Like, there's been a lot of injuries already, which is honestly insane. But like, we know nothing, like truly nothing at this point.
But what can we do except keep drafting, keep getting players in our portfolio, and keeping our fingers crossed.
Yep.
That's gonna do it for us tonight. Any last parting thoughts?
Take Malik Neighbors. Take him every time you see him, except in the first. But take him. He's like, I'm sorry. I know it's one clip. I know that it's probably overreacting just a bit, but like, take Malik Neighbors. He's a top 3 to 5 wide receiver talent-wise in the NFL, and you're getting him for not first-round prices. Like, with a ascending young quarterback as the very clear and only primary pass catcher. Take him.
Simple math.
Yep.
Absolutely love it. Maybe next time we'll start pulling up and not miss him out, or not miss on him. Yeah, we'll find out soon enough. Yep. Anyway, hey, thanks so much for hopping in when you guys did. We will see you again so very soon, and best of luck out there on your drafts.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.